Yeah!
So, guys, today we're recording on medieval weapons tier list, so let's go. Okay, so starting with our tier list, we can try to get rid of this ad, maybe. That would be nice. So, our tiers here are You've Been Yoinked and Spoinked tier, Mildly Nifty, Kinda Neat, Not So Snazzy, and then Peasant. And I think those explain themselves pretty well. And these are our epic medieval weapons that we found. So, starting off, we have the nunchucks. With this really hot picture of Michael.
Okay, where do we think nunchucks belong? I think they belong in either mildly nifty or kinda neat.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
nunchucks.
put them in mildly nifty just because of the photo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yes.
I think nunchucks have a pretty high attack stat, but they're not very good at defensing.
What do you
people.
mean? You could
Also-
tangle up someone's sword with the little chain part?
True.
And then yoink and spoink it out?
They're not like
Honestly,
absolute.
just because of that, I think it might go in yoink and spoink tier.
But imagine you're getting attacked by a claymore, and they just
Yeah, they
you're
can
getting
just like jab at
outranged
you.
by like
And then
8,000
you just
times.
finagle the nunchuck around it, and
Yeah, but you have to.
You know how that.
That requires like skill and precision.
yes,
And
I know.
we don't
they
have
have
any
a
of
high
those.
skill ceiling.
And if you fail,
Wait,
you
wait,
just
wait.
die.
I think these are a solid mildly nifty because they're like pretty good, but they're not OP.
Okay,
I'm okay with that.
let's put them in mildly nifty.
Yeah. Oh, dragging this is a
The
nightmare.
recording quality is very great today.
We have ads everywhere. All right. So up next is another pretty good one is the ball and chain mace.
Peasant.
It is quite cutting off like half the image.
Its frame data is terrible.
Its frame data is pretty bad, but it's
you-
like heavies and smash. Like okay, it might be kind of hard to hit someone, but you hit someone once and they're
This
just
thing, what
permanently
tier,
out.
What tier is K-Roll and what tier is Donkey Kong and what tier is D in?
Pretty high, honestly, in my opinion.
Okay, Donkey Kong's the only one that's like maybe kind of.
They're all
high.
bottom half for sure.
Okay, so since I'm holding the phone,
to
this is
Smash
going
tier list.
straight in to You've Been Yoinked and Spoinked here.
Are you kidding me?
Just for how cool it looks. Like, honestly, like, someone shows up
Just
at your
'cause
doorstep with, like, a
it
ball
looks
and chain
relatively-
mace,
okay,
like,
it
threatening
looks-
you, like, you're gonna be terrified. Like, there's...
Just because it looks relatively close to a patooey does not mean you have to instantly simp for it.
Shut up. Shut up. Okay. Because both of you disagree with this, and Philip's holding nunchucks right now, I will bring
He's
it...
actually vigorously threatening. He's like swinging them around right now.
I will bring it down to mildly nifty
Just
as well.
mildly nifty.
Okay, I'm
Well,
fine
do you
with
want it back
mildly
in the
nifty.
young-
I would say kind of neat.
I think they're better than nunchucks.
Yeah.
Really?
Just for, like,
The fact that
intimidation
it
and
has-
power.
Well, first off, it's a spike ball, and it has a longer chain, so if you're going with your reasoning, it can tangle a sword.
And, you know,
even
it's got
better.
pretty high
Yes,
attack.
It's very slow.
It's got,
It doesn't
like,
tangle quick
I
enough.
mean-
Yeah, but
This-
like people can't
it's
really
the same
block
as
it because
this.
like you hold out
It also
nunchucks
dep-
to block it, the amount of power and force in the swing will just snap
It
the
also
nunchucks.
depends on your
Have you
strength.
considered moving to the side? It takes a while to wind up with this.
Yeah,
thing.
but not if you have big muscles. Like if,
Yes.
if you're
Also, it
pretty
depends on the
ripped.
size of the ball.
True.
It's not always that large.
If you
And,
just like a
balls.
tennis ball you're waving around.
If you have
Yeah,
ginormous
I
balls,
spiked
you're gonna be
little
really
speed.
slow. But if you have really tiny balls, okay. We have the gauntlets. So I couldn't find a good picture of normal gauntlets, so we have this nice infinity gauntlet here.
Okay, so it's not an offensive weapon. It's a purely defensive
Honestly,
Yeah.
weapon.
The Infinity Gauntlet is a little more than not so snazzy, I would say, because it's just aesthetics. Honestly, it's
Yeah.
so cool to just throw
Like-
down the gauntlet.
It doesn't really
Yes.
do much, but yeah, like you said, it just looks sick. So I think it's kind of neat.
I would say
Yeah.
kind of neat.
Yeah.
Pretty neat.
So next up we have the bendy sword.
Yes.
Okay, so this sword, you wiggle it, and it
like,
just...
it's like
It's like those like streamer things that those
Yeah.
dancers have, but it's very deadly.
So hear me out. I'm going to compare this to Melee. So,
Like the game.
yes, you know, like Smash
okay,
Melee.
okay, let's blankly
Yeah.
stare at him while he goes on a
Yes, because Sheik has a chain that looks very similar to that, except for it's a chain. It does a lot of damage. That's my entire point.
You couldn't see any of that, but you don't need to. Anyways,
I think
Um,
it goes in...
Is it Sheik's chain or is
I think it's pretty neat.
No,
Like,
it's a sword.
it's pretty
similar.
like
Sheik has a
bad.
floppy sword?
Kind, basically.
What
yeah.
tier is Sheik in Melee?
Good tier?
Yeah, she's really good.
I guess that goes in good tier then.
Okay, it can be
Kind-
mildly nifty, but I don't know. The problem here though is like, it's pretty easy to like inflict self-damage
I
here.
think I think I might go with Gauntlet, because
And
it's
it's-
just kind of neat.
It's
Unless
pretty
you're,
flimsy, but like it looks sick again. But
You
like
have
I
to
don't
be,
think it's
like-
really that deadly.
It's got
bit
highly
of a-
trained in it.
It's got a bit
Yeah.
of a recoil effect, I'd imagine, like Flare Blitz. Because like a stiff wind picks up, and you're just screwed.
Yeah.
Like you wave it on the side, and then the wind just pulls it into you.
I mean, but it is made of metal. Like, it's thick metal.
but it
But it's
bends.
long enough to be bendy. Well, yeah, but you could control it.
Oh, pshaw.
Next up, we have not just any sword, but a claymore specifically.
Yes, I believe this goes into You've Been Yoinked and Spoinked.
Wait,
Because
Why?
it's a sword.
And swords are pretty neat.
Swords have a lot of range and can do a lot of damage.
Yeah,
Therefore,
and
they're good.
they have pretty high defensive capabilities
honestly, what I'm worried about is their matchup against the shield, though.
too. Oh,
okay,
yeah.
but you
They
can get
have-
around a shield.
They have some pretty bad matchups.
See, but
to be
like,
fair, any of these would be deleted by a shield. None
Yeah.
of them are
I
good
don't-
against it.
I think the ball and chain breaks a shield.
true.
It's a shield.
True.
It's like
Depends on
it's
the
like
shield.
Ganon up tilt type thing. It'll break a shield.
I think
I mean, it's
claymore,
a metal shield.
but like claymore specifically is like a two-handed sword.
Yes,
So you-
two-handed, it really heavy. Imagine
Yeah.
Ike's sword.
Ike's sword.
Ike has a claymore.
And-
You see, the thing about Ike's sword is you just shield Ike's nair and then punish it.
This is just turning into deep smash.
I'm getting a headache from talking
if the
to
Claymore
Michael.
user was able to tomahawk grab, you'd be in a bit of trouble as a shield main.
So, for all of you people who have lives, basically it hurts when you get hit by it pretty badly. I think this is a mildly nifty, honestly.
I think it would almost be in the top one,
It-
but its frame data is pretty
Yeah.
bad.
If it was like a smaller sword, honestly, it might be up higher.
Just like a long sword.
It takes at least for like a short attack like 15 frames.
Yeah.
Way more than that actually. It takes at least half a second, so maybe 30 frames.
Yeah, that's pretty bad, honestly.
Yeah.
But basically in all other categories, it's pretty OP.
It's
So-
impressive that Michael's talking more about Smash than me, and I have like twice the hours.
This
I
one,
don't know how else to reference anything fighting.
that's really sad, actually.
Yeah.
You could just say, like, it's a sword that cuts people. And you're like, it's like Ike's frame data. Anyways, moving on. Next we have the spear. With this image is a good demonstration of how exactly you fight with spears. You kind of just...
This is two people facing each other with spears. Both of them could have killed each
Yeah,
other at this point.
You kind of just clack them together, like hold them up and just
Aren't they
clickety
arranged?
clack.
Don't you throw spears?
You
It depends
can.
on the
Oh, I just
spear.
said sphere, like a
True.
circle.
You throw
I
circles.
think spears are actually, honestly, might be young just because they have very high versatility. Like,
I think
you know, you can
spears-
clack them together like a sword. You can also, like, you can jab people, and you can jab,
can
like,
also-
around shields. So,
also,
like, if
not
they
to
have bad...
mention-
Shut up. If they have bad reaction time, you know, you can, like, jab around the shield.
That is true. It's just a bow staff with points.
And,
in it.
it's a ranged weapon.
Calm
you
down.
can throw.
You're missing out on the biggest thing
throw.
you can do. You can pole vault with a sphere.
Exactly.
You can stab it into
A
the ground
sphere.
and say you've got a bit of a
Okay.
Say you've got a bit of an obstruction in your path. You could just pole vault it. The enemy would be intimidated.
Let me give you a lesson on pole vaulting. So a spear is very
All right,
solid
shut
and
up,
rigid.
shut up.
A pole vaulting pole is
But
bendy.
if you got, like, a
Why don't you
custom-made
just
spear...
invest in a bendy spear?
Why would you ever want that? You
'Cause
wouldn't be
it
able
would
to
be
throw
So
it.
you can pole vault with it.
But you wouldn't be able to throw it then.
Yeah, you
Also,
could.
it would have to be like twice as long.
Throwing
for
it
be
is
used as a
like
pole
its
vault.
fifth use. It's like flex tape. It's got a lot of uses.
Yes,
okay?
but bending it could also
it
be
doesn't
easily
only-
parried and directed in whatever
See,
direction they
I
want.
I
Did
think...
you just use the word.
I
parry?
think...
That's
out
a
of-
real fighting term.
Yes,
Michael.
I actually found that out the other day. I was like, hey, they copied Smash.
Did you? Oh my
How did you not know that?
I thought it was
Anyways.
just when you perfect shield thing.
That's parries and perfect shields are two different things.
Guys, if
Michael.
you haven't noticed, Michael here does not have a life.
Perfect shields give your shield damage, parries don't.
You know what? Put it in mildly nifty.
No, I think this
No.
is our for pure versatility. This is a you've been yoinked and Spoinked.
I agree.
I would agree if Philip would confirm that pole vaulting with it would be easy.
I agree with Michael
It
on the
would
pole
not.
vaulting part.
Then more pole vaulting than
I've
both
just
of
realized
you.
the viewing experience is terrible.
It's gonna be
It's
awful.
Just like scrolling up and down on your phone with
Well,
like an
we-
app.
we
While we're
have to go in
screaming
between-
at each other.
We have to go between the images. Anyways, okay, next up, we don't know what this next one is, but it looked really cool, so we put it in here. We just searched cool looking medieval weapons.
Okay, here's my thought. It would have been, if it was actually useful, it would have been popular, and we would have learned about it like we learned about claymores and spears.
Therefore, it's peasant.
Yep,
yeah,
peasant.
I think like the look, like stat is pretty high, but everything else is just poop crap tier. That's stolen. Bottom tier. So I think that evens out to like peasant. It's pretty bad.
Evens out to
Okay, so
peasant.
this next one, ladies and
This
gentlemen,
next one, yeah.
is
So
quite the unit.
you think bows are cool. You think bow staffs are cool. You put them together in one thing. It's a bow and arrow that shoots a bow staff. It's got.
I didn't hear about this one before recording.
Imagine
I'm
getting
excited.
hit by that.
You're just absolutely dead. And you know, like, they get too close for range capabilities, you just smack them with the bow staff. They get far away, you just shoot them. Like, what can't this thing do? And it's also better at pole vaulting. It would be better at pole vaulting than the spear, because bow staffs are, like, bigger and bendier than spears.
They are?
No, they're not.
Shut up.
They're
Shut
the
up.
same thing. One just has a point on the end.
No, bow staffs, they're, like, thicker, though, which makes them
Yes.
less bendy, but they're...
Thicker?
So it wouldn't.
I heard the
are.
term thicker. Put them up in Yoink and Spoink.
It wouldn't be a true
Put
bow
them
vault,
in
but
Yoink and Spoink.
I agree. I think
I think
pure
it'd be
versatility
Yoink
once
and
again puts this in Yoink and Spoink.
Honestly, we're
Like,
probably wrong about our medieval
Honestly,
weaponry, but
this is more versatile than a Swiss Army knife. This is more versatile, dare I say, than WD-40.
oh,
No
the
way.
legendary solution.
You heard it here first.
The only thing you can't do to WD-40 is grind it.
I think
Cut that out.
I think the best example of how useful WD-40 is that Hank Hill clip where he tries to open up a WD-40 cap, but he can't. So he pulls out his sidearm WD-40, sprays it on the cap, opens it with WD-40, and then uses that WD-40.
if WD-40 was a medieval weapon, we already know this.
WD-40
This would be way up into the Yoinked
WD-40
point tier.
itself.
Wars would have been won with WD-40. You know how sonic nunchucks would
Have
be.
you guys tested the range on WD-40?
Oh, yeah,
Flamethrowers.
Yeah, not to mention you can make flamethrowers. You just hold a lighter right in front of the little hole, and then you squeeze the thing, and it just flamethrower. Next up, we have the shield. Now, shields are pretty good. The attack, that's really loud.
Yeah, I know. Philip's been doing that.
Philip's been spinning nunchucks in the corner for a long time.
Yeah, and they've probably been really annoying because they've been annoying for us.
Yeah. Anyways, that's besides the point. So shield's like attack stat is extremely low. You can still kind of whack people and it wouldn't feel so nice, but like the amount of weapons that this just like nullifies, like it pretty much eliminates everything here except for the Yoinked and Spoinks. Like
Maybe the ball and hammer. I think that
the
might
ball and
just break
chain
a
would
shield.
just smack
ball
it,
and
but
chain-
like
I think that's a shield breaker.
yeah.
I don't. If it's a metal shield, it won't break it, but it'll like severely dent
And then,
it.
as
Yeah.
you know, if your shield breaks, you get dizzy for at least 5 seconds.
Michael,
So-
can you quote what the Smash references,
Michael,
please?
I will parry your ball and chain.
You will?
Yes.
That's pretty hot.
Actually, I suppose if you get good enough at parrying, the ball and chain is pretty much nullified as well.
Swords can
Since, as we
parry.
know, parries do not do shield damage.
Oh God.
But I think the shield is a solid mildly nifty. Like it beats pretty much everything under it, but it also loses to everything
I think
above
it beats everything in mildly nifty as well.
Except
So
for the ball and chain though.
If there was a thing in between Yoink and Spoink and mildly nifty,
Okay, next topic. So this one, if you can see the picture at all, what it is it's a shield with a gauntlet coming out of the shield with metal spikes coming out of the
Ooh.
gauntlet.
so it's like
I
the glove
think-
thingies in a sandblaster, but weaponized.
Yes, and
Yeah.
it has a shield attached to it.
So
It's just
this
a
is
weaker shield.
This is easily a you've been yoinked and spoinked. We already know that.
It's a weapon
honestly,
and defensive.
approaching with this would be so much easier since you just have
Yeah.
invincibility frames as you run at them.
Will you please kill yourself?
But you know what I mean, right? You can
Yeah.
just-
It's like
aware.
it's like pretty lightweight, so you can be like speedy with it. But it's also got the defense mechanisms as well as the good attack mechanisms.
You have to
Yeah,
be
it's
really
got a pretty
accurate to
solid
use that
attack
though. 'cause
stat.
it's
Yeah.
really small.
It's not quite as like defensive as the full-on big shield, but it's still a shield. Like it still exists. It's pretty good, and it's got the gauntlet on it.
like we put the small shield, the
Yeah.
inferior shield above the good shield.
Yeah, but the inferior shield has much better attack capabilities.
Yes.
So yeah, I think
And its only bad matchup might be the ball and chain, and even then, you've got decent mobility with that shield.
yeah, and
so you
ball
can
and chain
still-
has pretty bad frame
You
data.
can still
so-
finagle around the ball and chain, or just hit them before you hit the ball and chain.
We need-
Mind you,
We need to order this. We're gonna do some off-camera work here and order this, and we're gonna cut to when it's done ordering.
Put the gauntlet ahead, or else I will be unhappy.
All right,
No.
guys, it's the end of the video.
Yeah, so, yeah, this is the definitive medieval weapons tier list. That's
We have a sexually active crow in the background.
Yeah, I apologize for him.
Want me to practice my mating call, please? It's almost the season. Hold up, Zach.
So, yeah, thank you
It's
guys so
better
much for
into
watching.
someone's ear.
I hope you thoroughly... Oh, my gosh. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed this high-quality video where you basically can't see or hear what's going on the entire time. Make sure to subscribe and stuff. Bye.